What's up, everybody? This is Mr. 100K a day, and today we are going to be talking about English Gardner. English Gardner, it's time to retire. From now on, guys, all I got to do these new videos that's going to have to talk to these washed up athletes that don't understand. You're old, you're washed up, it's time to retire. What does it take to realize that it's over? Your career is over. You've gotten old. The ship has sailed. English, it's time to retire. Now, typically, I only would probably do these videos on people that I would consider to be elite. And I don't consider English Gardner to be elite. And the reason why is when I had the opportunity to do a critical analysis of her career, I saw that, she basically only runs fast, at Eugene. So really, I don't give English Gardner a lot of, I don't rank her very high. I don't rank her very high at all. And the reason why I don't rank her very high is based on the fact I don't think she's ever even gotten a medal in international competition. She has performed very poorly even in 2016. I really think that, she has a lot of other things going on with her. I think there's some psychological issues going on there. I think that she needs to take a step back and retire from track and field and focus on getting her mental health right, because the interviews that she does are completely ridiculous. It's not really talking about track and field, the performances. I don't even think it's been years since she's even broken 11 seconds in the 100-meter dash. So let's just look at her 2024 season, guys. So this is English Gardner. She's born in 1992, so she just turned 32 years old, which is considered ancient for a sprinter. So she opened up the season with 11:64. Now, just like Johan Blake, this is an Olympic year, and here we are have a previous person who's done well in the Olympic year, like she did well in 2016. Tom opened her season up abysmally. So she opened up 11:64. Albeit into a negative 3.5 win, 11:33, 11:22 with no win, 11:2. So she seems to be out 11:1, 11:2 sprinter now. These times are not competitive on a national level or on an international level. So that's for 2024. But was this just an overnight thing that just happened in 2024, guys? Is this something that she just, got hit with this year? Clearly not. She ran 7:27 indoors, which was slower than some high school girls have run in the last couple of years. So in 2023, let's see how she did. 7:30 indoors, 11:09, 11:10, 11:1, 11:3, 11:1, 11:4. That's how she performed at the trial. She didn't make it out of the semifinals at the U.S. Championships last year. So she's not breaking 11. She's not making teams. How in the world is she even able to keep maintaining the contract? Why don't the people with the powers that be push these old, washed up athletes out of the sport? Stop taking up lanes for young people who could be performing and actually be coming up in the sport. Is this why it should be like basketball, the NBA, where people can, you have to be selected for certain things and be up to at least a minimum standard of competitiveness? So 2022, the Olympics were in Eugene, her hometown where she went to college. And she had the opportunity to do a lot and still open up 11:4, 11:5 win dated, 11:2. 11:2, 11:4. 11:7, 11:6. What is this, man? She goes over to Hungary and all of a sudden runs 11:08 after running weeks and weeks and months. Actually, at the end of the year, she runs 11:08 in Hungary. I feel like that time was probably, something's funny with it. Even those with a 1.3 win, all of a sudden having a 1.3 win, you go into Hungary and all of a sudden your time ends up being literally almost a half second or at least a quarter to a half second faster than you run all year. Absolutely ridiculous. She ran 24 seconds, guys. 24.4 at a Princeton meet at the Sam Howell meet in New Jersey, which is absolutely ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy that even at this point she was still even competing. So go back to Olympic season 2021. Opened 11:29, 11:50, 11:1 win at 11:4 legal, 11:2 legal, 11:1. She runs 10:9, of course, at the trials, but with a 2.5 win in the final. What did she do? Get fifth. 11:16. So she has not broken. This is 3 years now. I just went back, and she's not legally broken 11 seconds. So in 2020, let's see, this is COVID year. She ran 12:2, opened up in Texas, then ran 11:63. COVID year, but I'm gonna give her that because nobody really ran that much a year. 2019, what did she do? Boom, 11-4 open up, 11-2, 11-2. This girl was never really. When's the last time she's actually been a competitive sprinter? Somebody tell me. When's the last time she's been a competitive sprinter? 23-3, 23-4 in the 200. It's 2019. Okay. 2018. Boom. Maybe she was injured. 11-02 was her best. 11-1. 2017. Let's see what she did. 11-1, 11-0, 11-0, 11, whatever. I think it's absolutely terrible. Sorry about that, guys. Take a minute there. Yeah, like I was saying. So this is 2017. 2017, 11-3-2. She goes to USA Championships and in the final runs 11-1-6 and gets 6. And she runs in the 200, 22-97 that year, win 80, 23-76 legal. So 2016, guys. Let's go back to 2016. That's the year she won the Olympic trials. She opened up in Jamaica, 1085, win 80, 1104. She ran a bunch of 10-8s, but she only ran fast in Eugene. She broke 11 seconds, 1081 at Prefontaine, which she won. She went to Rome and ran 1092. She went back to Britain. So this is probably her best season. And then she won the U.S. trials, the United States Olympic trials in 1074, which was her personal best. But goes to the Olympics, which is only about a month, 5 weeks later, and she runs 10.90 in the semifinals, get 7th in 10.94. So literally 2016, guys, is the last time this woman has broken 11 seconds in the 100. And let's mind you, she only ran 10.7 that one time at Eugene. So, I mean, and like I said, I really shouldn't even be ranking people if you really don't have real credentials, or if you really don't have if you really don't have just like real stats, or if you really don't have things that I will consider to be just like, if you're not a real athlete, or if you're not real top tier. But because of the way because of some things that happened with her in Eugene, I feel like she's still with the 10.74 that gave her a lot of credibility, which she probably otherwise wouldn't get. But I really even put even talking about it because of the fact that I still see her around. She won the Olympic trials, and winning the Olympic trials is still a big thing. Even though we see a lot of people run fast Eugene, they can't duplicate. I still feel like it's significant. But now that that's out of the way, it's time for her to retire. Somebody has to tell this woman it's time for her to retire. It is over. And that just simply that she just makes herself look, she makes track athletes look better. These guys, these women, men and women, they look worse than boxers, because boxers literally got to be knocked out of the ring in order for them to retire. And I don't know what it's going to take for her to get the same clue that it's over, that it's completely over. And it's not, it's not a personal thing. It happens to everybody. It's a part of life. But I feel like only thing you do is you hurt the sport by staying around and performing like she's been performing. And especially when you are literally, like I said, look, this is not me making it up. You're 10, 11, 7 years past your prime. Past your prime. She hasn't broken 11 seconds in 7 years. So I don't know why she just don't go start a family and focus on her life, getting some mental help. But we need to reach out to these track athletes and let them know that it's over. You are no longer wanted in the sport. You're no longer needed in the sport. It's fresh blood out there who's actually performing. And let Nike give that money to whoever you're signed with. I don't know why. I think it's maybe an Oregon thing, because she went to Oregon and maybe they still got a connection. But I can't imagine that any up and coming athlete can continuously run the way she runs and still have a lane at all these meets. I just think it's just completely ridiculous that she even doesn't pay attention to what's really going on in her life and hasn't made a conscious decision to just move on with her life and just let it go and move on. Because I really feel like it's just that time. So, maybe I could be mistaken. Maybe I'm just a hater, but I don't think I am. I want to see English Gardner get some mental help that she deserves. I think she's going through something. She's probably going through something for a long time. Just look in her eyes. She has that look. All her interviews she does, she's talking about negative things. She's not talking about happy, positive things. She's talking about doing something herself and potentially doing something herself. Even after she won in 2016, that's what she was saying. So, yeah, I definitely think that there's something going on here. And I hope that she gets the help that she really does need and just get out of the sport. Somebody has to really kick these people out of the sport, just like Johan Blake and the rest of them. Then let them know that, you know, it's completely over and, you know, your time is done. And I really feel like a lot of these washed up track and field women, they can go do something. They go play women's flag football and still kill. An 11-2 chick in women's flag football would absolutely tear up the track, would tear up the field. I mean, can y'all imagine an 11-2 chick out there playing flag football? She can still run because that will keep her fast. But could y'all imagine that girl out there playing flag football? I'm telling y'all, out man, the person who comes up with the money and idea to come up and get these washed up track athletes to play flag football and things like that and do other things, they're going to become multi-billionaires because there's a lot of talent still out there. These girls are still talented, a lot more talented than everybody else is in the general population, and a lot more talented than people are in other sports. All they got to do is learn the skill set so that they can compete in those other sports. And it's the truth. I don't care where you go. An 11-2 chick doing any other sport is going to wreck shop. But these track and field athletes like English Gardner definitely got to learn that as far as their track career goes, it's completely over. And I swear, if I go somebody put her in flag football, I know that she'd be a lot more effective and she probably will feel a lot more fulfilled in her life if athletics and sports is something that's going to bring her fulfillment. Because clearly something is bad there, something is missing there, and she needs some help. So, you know, I think that's just what it is. And we'll have a word from her before we end. This is how I want to go out, y'all.
You know, my family has been everything. Like I wouldn't be there without them. My fiance every day is just telling me, you know, you're still English Gardner. You're still that person. You're still fast. You're still great. And so, you know, being able to have someone in your corner to tell you about yourself that you can't really see in this moment is needed. And without them and God, I don't know where I would be. You know, I don't know if I would still even have the strength to even keep going or be here. But yeah, man, it's just they've been there. They still support me, win, lose, or draw. So I love them so much. Thank y'all, all my Gardner crew. Lene, I love you. And yeah, I just got to figure it out, man. Thank you guys.